Good day. What a warm, pleasant way to welcome you to Sports Insight here on Foca TV Online. Sports Insight is a sports magazine program that comes your way Saturday of every week from 2 to 4 p.m. It's a program that brings you detailed and in-depth analysis about development from the world of sports. And so on today's edition of our program, Sports Insight here on Foca TV Online, we're going to learn our thoughts on wide range of sporting development, most especially from our country, Liberia. My name is Eric Palu Collins, and I'm your host. We want to say thanks for joining us. Thanks for following. We encourage you to share our videos. You can invite others to follow. We'll take a short break and we'll come back. We go straight into our program.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV. With check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV. Bringing you face-to-face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
Okay, we want to say thanks for rejoining us. And quickly, we would like to acknowledge some of our online viewers following our broadcast today. We want to acknowledge Joseph Timber. He's following live from Balanceville Estate. We also like to acknowledge that Erasmus To is following from Carwell, New Georgia. We also have Philip Lamo. He's following us from Central Monrovia. We also have Nathaniel Momolu. He's following from Dixville. We have Elizabeth Rogers. She's following from the township of Carwell. We have Foley Zina. He's following from the Japanese Freeway. So we also have Andrew S. Noah. He's following from Brave. We want to say thanks for following. Please share the videos, invite others to join us. So again, we want to take this time to welcome you to Sports Insight here on Foca Online TV. And like we said, today we're going to be looking at a wide range of sporting related development, specifically from the angle of the Liberia Football Association. And like we told you earlier, the competition committee of the Liberia Football Association has set September 5 and 6 as the opening date for the Elevate Orange National League, meaning the league going to kickstart on the 5th and the 6th of September of this year. So all teams that are participating in the first division league, the second division league, and the females league should take note and begin to prepare themselves adequately because time has started waits for no man. So according to the competition committee, on the 5th of September, the second division league and the women's league going to get started on the 5th of September. On the 6th of September, the national league, that's the first division league, going to get started on the 6th of September. So all of the clubs that are involved need to start getting ready, to start practicing, getting yourself ready because the league season will soon be here. As you may be aware, we are in July, we have August, September, we have less than 2 months to go. So that's very important information from the angle of the Liberia Football Association. September 5th and the 6th is going to mark the opening days of the Orange National League 2022-2023. So according to the competition committee, they have also set aside the 10th of September as the date for the FA Cup, or what we say, we say the FA Cup. And the FA Cup, that's the Super Cup, not FA Cup, the Super Cup. The Super Cup should be between the league winners and that of the winners of the FA Cup. But what happened, they just ended the league season. Leicester won a double championship. Leicester emerged as champions of the Elevate League, the National League, that's the Orange National League. and Leicester were also fortunate to have won the FA Cup. So since Watanga played Leicester in the finals, finishing as runner-up in the final automatically means Watanga and Leicester will be playing in the Super Cup, which is scheduled for the 10th of September. So all sport enthusiasts, you should be getting ready to go order to cheer your team. It's going to be an eye-opener encounter between Leicester and Watanga FC, the Super Cup, on the 10th of September. So that's basically is from the angle of the competition committee of the Liberia Football Association. And the competition committee have also informed the public of all teams, coaches, and president that the transfer dates for players from one club to another. Players will be transferred from one club to another. That period runs from the 14th of June to the 4th of September. Mainly between the 14th of June to that of the 4th of September, clubs can now start to transfer players from one club to another. If you have interest in signing a player for one team, you can go and negotiate for the purchase of that player or the transfer of that player. If you also don't have interest in some of your players, they are also open up to other clubs for transfer. So the period now is on from the 14th of June. It started. It runs up to the 4th of September. And there are some transfer been taking place of recent. Some of the familiar names in Liberian football. We've been following our players leaving from one club to another. Of recent, we followed the transfer of some players. Pinsville SC, a newly promoted team from the second division. As you may be aware, there are 3 new teams that just joined the Orange First Division League. They came from second division and they qualify. You have Pinsville SC, they are now first division. You have Global Farmer. Global Farmer, formerly called Moravia Club Reris. They were relegated. They went to the second division league. They changed their name to Global Farmer. And now they are back into the top flight. So Global Farmer is back. And they'll be participating. In fact, they won the championship from the second division league. They will have NPA Anchors. NPA Anchors is now the screen's name. They've been around participating in the Liberia Football Association National League. They were relegated and they went to the second division and they were very fortunate to have qualified and they are back now into the top flight. So these are 3 teams that will be joining us this year in the Orange National League. So there have been transfer of players from one club to another, like we said. Pinsville FC, one of the newcomers, they have appeared to be one of the big spenders now currently in the transfer market. They have managed to secure the signatures of few of those names that have been making headway in Liberian soccer. Of recent, Pinsville SC managed to acquire the signature of Prince Nambo, a left back. He used to play for Nima Kwado, very experienced indeed. He have had few caps with the national team. Currently, he's part of the 25 men selected by Coach Ansu Keita for the national team that are preparing for the Chen qualifiers. So Prince Nambo, he's a big name in Liberian football. I think that was a great signing on the part of Pinsville SC. Pinsville SC managed to secure the signature of Prince Nambo. They also managed to secure the signature of Emmanuel Dinner from Bay Mountain. Bay Mountain, he was one of Bay Mountain dependable. He's a shot stopper, and he's now currently with Pinsville SC. Pinsville SC has also managed to secure the signature of Joe Kwe, Moses Joe Kwe, and Mohamed Jakite, both from Pax FC. Joe Kwe is a center defender, very tall indeed, very excellent defender. He used to play for second division Pax FC, but now he's currently with Pinsville SC. They just managed to sign him, and they signed Mohamed Jakite too. Jakite is a goalkeeper, a very good goalkeeper. He played with Pax FC in the second division league, and currently he has been transferred to Pinsville SC. So he will be making his name in the top flight. That is the first division league. So that's some of the name. Besides Joseph Bantu from LPRC, he has been transferred. He has been signed by Bay Mountain. Bay Mountain, they seal an agreement with LPRC for the signature of Joseph Bantu. So Joseph Bantu has signed a contract of 2 years with Watanga SC with an option to extend depending on his performance. Watanga SC have also managed to ensure that 2 of their best talents, Fasidu Loki, of recent, he was appointed as captain of the 25-man team selected by Coach Ansu Keita to represent Liberia in the Chen qualifier. So Fasidu Loki, he has been making headways in Liberian football, finishing among the top scorers We all know him for his excellent display of soccer talents. So he's the captain currently for the team that will be representing Liberia in the Chain qualifier. He and Chauncey Freeman, they have extended a contract at Watanga for the next 2 league seasons, meaning they will remain at Watanga. So they will form part of Watanga team, and they are hoping to ensure that they can add their best to the squad for the next league season that is coming up. And so, apart from that, couple of transfers has also been taking place for players leaving from one club to another. Like we said, the transfer is on. There are other clubs that are negotiating, trying to acquire the signature of other players leaving from one club to another. And so, all of the clubs should take note. Like we said, it is now time that you can negotiate with other clubs to ensure that you can secure the signature of a player that you have interest in depending on the agreement. So that's the information from the angle of the competition committee of Elevate regarding the transfer of players. And so the big news is Coach Ansu Keita, the coach of the Liberia national team, has selected 25 men. He has shortlisted 25 men that will form part of the Liberia national team that will be participating in the Chain qualifier. And that tournament is intended basically for local talent, those that are playing in the domestic league in Liberia, and not those that are making their ways out of Liberia. I mean, that are making their runs out of Liberia. So it is only exclusively intended for local talent. So if you are playing in the local league, you can be selected to form part of the squad for the Chain qualifier. So the coach has selected 25 persons, and as part of those 25 names, Coach Ansu Keita, he has selected. We have Emmanuel Dine, formerly of Bay Mountain. He's a goalkeeper, and now currently he's a player of Pinsville SC. He was just signed of recent. We have Ashley Williams. Ashley Williams is a goalkeeper. He plays for Leicester. We all know Ashley Williams. He's now switched to Liberian football. He has had a few caps with the Liberian national team. I can remember he was the goalkeeper who saved the penalty for Liberia when we play away to Sierra Leone. That's Ashley Williams. He's on record. He also had a successful spell in Spain for a second division club, but I information reaching out that a contract was terminated based on mutual consent. He was back in Liberia and part of Leicester team that just won the just ended Orange First Division League this going term, and he was also part of the team that won the FA Cup. Ashley Williams. So he's a very good lad. His name is now a screen into Liberian football, so he's part of that team. But we'll have Derek Julu. Derek Julu is from Watanga. Of recent, Derek Julu has been on the national team. He traveled with the national team. They went to South Africa. He came back to Liberia. He was on the bench. He was on the bench to Tommy Sango. So there have been 3 goalkeepers shortlisted by Coach Ansu Keita to form part of the team. For the defenders, we have Prince Nambo. Like we said, we talked about Prince Nambo earlier. Prince Nambo is a sensational left back. He used to play for Nima Kwado. He has had a few caps with the national team. He currently plays for Pinsville SC. We also have Aaron Sakama. Aaron Sakama plays for Watanga. We have Sebastian Tickler. Sebastian Tickler, he used to play for BYC. He's a left back. And currently he plays for Leicester. Others on the list, we have George Wallace from LPRC. Others, we have Daniel Harris from Nima United. Alexander Cortes from Watanga FC. Darius Carr from Leicester FC. And Eugene Swain from FC Bay Mountain. So those are the names of the defenders that were called by Coach Ansu Keita. For midfielder, we have Divantier. Divantier plays for Nima United. Yaya Belete, one of the familiar names in Liberia football. He plays for Bay Mountain. Sam Barry from Heaven 11. An enterprising midfielder, we have Abu Candace Cole. Candace Cole is a familiar name from Mate Barrow. We have Sheikh Sisse. Sheikh Sisse is one of the familiar names. He's one of Liberia's best currently. He's a holding midfielder. Sheikh Sisse had a successful spell with Lofa Kante. He won the Kante Meet with Lofa. He played for Lofa again and they went to the final of the Kante Meet, the just ended edition, and they lost 3-2 to Nimba Kante. He currently plays for Watanga. Of recent, he had a trial in Belarus and he's back in Liberia. Sheikh Sisse. Sheikh Sisse, he featured for Deshkwe number 2 in the ongoing Maserado County League. He was the one who got the 2 goals for Deshkwe number 2 against Deshkwe number 4. That's Sheikh Sisse. Fasidu Loki plays for Watanga. Recently, he was appointed by Coach Ansu Keita to captain the national team, the 25 men that have been selected to represent Liberia in the chain qualifier. We also have Mose Cooper. Mose Cooper plays for Heavy 11. We have Edward Lennon. Edward Lennon plays for Bay Mountain. Ketu Jebo from Bay Mountain. He used to play for BURC. Nush Abu Zon from Mate Barrow and Maliki Kroma from Leska SC. Those are the list of midfielders that were called by Coach Asu Keita. And for forwards, we have Mark Pay. Mark Pay used to play for BYC, currently plays for Bay Mountain. If you can recall, Mark Pay is the one who had that tussle over refereeing during a game that Bay Mountain was playing at the Tusa Fee when he physically assaulted a referee. He was banned for 1 year. His ban expired just in a year, and he returned to the top flight. He played for Bay Mountain, the just ended National League. Bay Mountain finished second to Leicester. Christopher Jackson. Christopher Jackson is formerly the most valuable player. He just won the Golden Boot in the just ended Orange National League for Leicester SC, helping Leicester to win the double championship. Christopher Jackson. And we'll have Momo Blambo. Momo Blambo plays for Tony FC second division. So those are the names that made it to 25-man listing of Coach Asu Keita. There have been some public outcry. There have been some public criticism. A lot of people, sport pundits, they have argued. They have opposed to the listing of Coach Asu Keita. Say, why is it Coach Asu Keita had to leave Sidiki Kroma, who is the current MVP? They see that decision of the coach as being biased. They also see the decision of the coach not to include Tommy Sango in the 25-man squad as being selected or biased because Tommy Sango at recent have been with the national team, although he has had some lapses, but they also been having problems with his inclusion, not being included in the 25-man listing of Coach Asu Keita. And so those are the issues, like we said. We're going to roll over it, and we're going to give you the opportunity to have your fair share of participation on this program. So keep following us as we take a break. We'll be right back.
Boy, you need to see a rocket house for that.